So, if you mainly focus on the basics of how to parry and how to fight, there's going to be a lot of things that can prevent you, such as, oh my god, these missiles, they're kind of hard, or these techniques, the way they are, the way they're built. It's not really hard, but at the same time it kind of is, because when you're getting shot at by missiles and everything, especially on Purity, which, let me explain Purity real quick. Purity is basically a perk that you can use that makes enemies basically one tap or less. Or, yeah, well, wait, I don't know how you'd be less. Never mind. Forget I said that. Basically one tap, maybe two tap, never really three tap. A lot of these enemies, especially the ones with the shields, can be tough. Right now I don't have Purity on because I'm obviously in my original game, so you have to start a new game in order to be able to get the new Purity perk, along with the red lightsaber and the party color lightsaber. So being able to have both of those just makes it genuinely a good experience, but yet a tough experience. So I'm gonna show you what Purity uh, how it is and how it works and what it's like. And basically the fact is that I'm going to show some y'all how to use Purity in this game mode. It is kind of tough and challenging, but I use it on my Sith run when I do Dark Side Cal Kestis, basically, which is a pretty easy and simple sort of playthrough you can do, but on Purity it kind of makes it 10 times harder. So, I'll see y'all when I load up the next game. Oh, dude, Wyatt. That delay was for a reason, trust. The in that specific part, I'm going to put I got a little on my app right here. I'm gonna put it in there to where I voice over it, and it's basically just explaining what this video is gonna be about. Yeah, it was like a minute long of me just fighting these random giants. So, um, now I have to quit the game. First, I gotta save. Yeah, so if you heard what it said, Purity is basically just a one-tap sort of thing. It's basically in this game, you literally finish the game to get the new perks. You get 3 new perks, Purity being one of them, to which you can use those perks and stuff to help you achieve the next, but they don't really take up slots. They don't take up perk slots. They're not active perk slots. They're just ones that are active, but running in the background, sort of. So I guess like passive perks. The perk slots, though, are what the actual perks that you can buy in the game give you. So, let's say there was a perk that gave me 10. It gave like there's a perk in here that gives me more XP. The more enemies I kill, or not the more enemies I kill, but every time I kill an enemy, I add more XP. Let me put it that way. So basically, that gives me equal more skill points than normal, which is good because I can use those skill points to buy abilities and stuff like that. But yeah, just the whole yap session basically. Right, I'm gonna start over. Alright guys, so I'm on my save that has Purity on it, and let's see if we can't find us some enemies so I can explain to y'all and show y'all. So I've got the dual wield along with the double bladed. Simply because these two are gonna be really good for basically being your best friend in this game, especially if you're on Purity mode, because you can block a lot more bullets, and with the dual wield you can do more aggressive attacks. Same thing with the double bladed. You can do more aggressive attacks such as the hurricane attack, which gives you a lot more, you just basically spam attacks at that point. So I'm gonna jump down here real quick. I'm gonna go up here and see if I can't find some enemies so I can explain to y'all and show y'all how it really works. Now, purity is not really something that is you're just gonna easily fly by through. That much is very obvious. Um, but I will say that purity. I'm gonna say purity a lot, so we're probably gonna need a purity counter at this point. I will say that it is probably one of the most like exciting things you could possibly do in this game when you're playing on a higher level. So right now I'm playing on Jedi, um, what is it? Master, Jedi Master, not Jedi Grandmaster, but Jedi Master, which is I think the second to last difficult one, or no, it might be Jedi Knight, Jedi Master, or Jedi Knight. I don't know, one of them. I don't remember exactly which one it is. My original playthrough was on story mode just simply because I wanted to play it for the story to see how it was. Now, if I played it on story mode purity, I don't know how that would be. But, these guys are very aggressive and I've died a lot, but I will say that no matter what, it's easier than it looks. Sometimes. Sometimes, literally, all you have to do is just hit them and they're dead. That's pretty much all it takes. Now, of course, that's not going to be as easy as that's easier said than done sometimes, but it's okay. If you fail, you fail. I mean, if you die, you die. You just respawn. There is no really limit to that. Yeah, I've got a nice, beautiful, dark Sith sort of look for Cal Kestis here. So I think I'm gonna hop on this Neko here real quick and make my way into this area, which is okay. So these guys, see how I'm already low based off one hit. You know, that's purity for you, buddy. Yeah, it's kind of like cheats, basically. You're just one-tapping everything. Oh, did not mean to do that. Yeah, now you do take fall damage. So, well, not necessarily. It's more of delayed fall damage. So when you fall off a cliff, you'll take the damage you take from that cliff after you've, like, sort of fell off the area where you sort of get transferred onto the map, like the respawn points. Now, purity, again, is probably the best. I honestly like using it for the Sith run that I'm doing right now in this portion. It makes sense because Cal Kestis has evolved into a higher standard level form to where he can easily solo all of these things within seconds. See, like that right there, I just deflected 2 bullets. Okay. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's at least I got to see an example of what happens when you do not block or when you just get spammed attack. That. So, playing on Jedi Grandmaster is not that hard, honestly, but playing on Jedi... Or, wait, whoa, my bad. It's the other way around. Playing on Jedi Master is not hard, but playing... Well, not that hard, at least. But playing on Jedi Grandmaster and Jedi Knight, I think, whatever one's higher, it's difficult, honestly. It's very difficult. I played on Grandmaster before, especially with the Purity mode. It is probably one of the worst things I could have ever done. But, I mean, besides these enemies being tough, I think that with the amount of fun you can have using Purity against these enemies and easily destroying them and doing lore sort of related stuff such as the Sith runs like I do, I plan on going for Purity again, but doing a full Jedi Knight sort of playthrough. Like, I'm a professional, you know, Jedi Knight with ancient robes. Stuff like that. That was cringe. Never mind. Forget I said that. Anyways, you know what I want to do. Um, that's pretty much all I have to say for Purity. It's its little own thing. And you can sort of mix or mess around with it. Honestly, you have all you. Now, one thing I do want to say is that it doesn't take up any active perk slots. So if you have 6 perk slots, it doesn't take any of the perk slots up. So let me show you here real quick. Since I'm already at this meditation point, if you were to go to perks, and you see how the 6 out of 6 perk slots used, that's because I have resilience, dexterity, and wisdom. Those all take up the perk slots. But the purity increases the damage and increases the damage received. Wisdom increases the experience, dexterity increases throw damage, and block meter is, well, resilience is increased. So I, of course, don't have all the perks here, but the thing is, when y'all are using stuff like that, there's no possible way that, I mean, you can literally, you've got all these sort of perks. You got Warrior, new encounters, replaces standard enemies with new, more difficult combat encounters. That's what I'm saying. So if I were to change, let me equip this perk real quick. You can equip Warrior with Purity. You can also equip the Trendsetter. Every time you die, cosmetics are dead. You know, or cosmetics are randomized or on death. I don't want that on specifically because I'm going for the Sith run, but let me take off Purity and let me try Warrior. This is one that I actually haven't tried. So, Warrior, I'm assuming just basically replaces the enemies, the standard enemies such as Stormtroopers and all that, and the best Bethlehem Raiders or whatever. Just replaces them with bounty hunters maybe, or sort of the bounty hunter Jedis that you'll see throughout this game. That are kind of... Yeah, see, these are higher combat enemies. I don't know if it's the thing actually doing it, or... Again, I haven't unlocked dash yet, so I keep forgetting I can't dash, but I keep trying to always press it. Yeah, let's take these apart real quick. Now, the Warrior with Purity honestly would seem like a pretty fun thing to do. Now, these little birds, I hate these little birds. Just simply because... There we go. They like to ram you. They'll just run straight into you.
I need some help.
But Purity, Warrior, you know, everything like that, all amazing. Ooh, see, look at that. That's what happens when you have Purity on. You get all that stuff. Now again, this is a save that I've gotten progress for, so I'll just finish this part, and then I'll end up doing a Jedi Knight based off the other save. Now, let me show you guys real quick what you're going to want to do for these sort of saves. So, once you're in the main menu, like here in a minute, right here. So once you're in the main menu, you see how it says continue stuff. Basically, you're going to have load journey. So this Southern Reach one right here, this Kobo Southern Reach one, is going to be my 83%. This is the 39.9 hours that I have on that game. Or, yeah, that's the one that I mainly played. That's the one that I played ever since the beginning. I started it out. That's the first game I played. I played it on story mode. Then I switched the difficulty up to Grandmaster and all that stuff. But I don't really play that anymore that much. Now, the Boiling Bluff is going to be the one that I just played on, which is going to be the... Oh, it's on Jedi Padawan. Okay, never mind. Well, that's a little bit less... It's easier, but also at the same time kind of hard. it's that's gonna be this. Now, the one that you see here, the Gorge Crest site, that one is a forgotten one. I didn't. That one's just old. But if you start New Journey, you start with nothing. But if you start New Journey Plus, you're going to copy the original journey of one of these saves. So let's say I wanted to do Jedi Grandmaster, and I do these and navigation, and I start New Journey. And then it asks me, okay, which one do I want to start it off of? Southern Reach, the original save. Now, if you start just a new journey, you can also do it off of that one if you wanted to, but I like to do it off this one. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below what other videos you want to see. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great day.